Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. Michael Zuber, one rental at a time. Back with his good friend, Adrian Hernandez. How you doing, sir?
We got Zuber in the building live. I'm excited. I'm ready to get the call going, man.
There you go. Well, hey, we had initially planned to do two, and I'm like, nope, we're doing three because right over your left shoulder is what I will call a vision board, which I think is Adrian's vision board. And you know what? I just got to know what's on it because I can't quite see from this far.
Before I get to the vision board, have to say I am a true believer in these boards behind me.
Awesome.
I would love to, maybe we can do another episode where I'll show the vision board that I created and then the life that I actually achieved.
Ooh.
And I put them back to back. And so there are three vision boards that my wife and I have completely checked off.
Nice.
Cars, the materialistic things to self, growth things, contribution things that we've added to vision boards in the past. And, the saying is true. What you hold in your mind, you can eventually have and hold in your hands.
Mm-hmm.
So the vision board really allows me to connect with what the future is going to be. And the fact that I've created one and it came to life, it just reemphasizes it that much more. So for all of you, I hope that we can take something from this call and implement something, even if it's, pictures on your phone of where you want your future life to be, right? You just writing out what you want 20 years from now to look like is so important.
I totally agree. Yeah, I'm a firm believer. You see it, your mind's amazing, right? When you take the time to put it down, you just start creating things. It's kind of how I anchored my course, How to Get Started One Rental at a Time. It's not only to have the buy box kind of visually, but just the art of transferring it somewhere, puts it in your mind. And you just by, day 60, day 70, you're starting to see things that you would have ordinarily missed. So I'm a huge believer in that.
And it kicks on the RAS, the reticulatory activity centrary portion of your brain. I think I said that right. For those of you,
sound good to me.
It's called the RAS, right? Just Google RAS for the mind.
There you go.
But in essence, and you guys have all heard of visualization. You guys have all heard of thinking about something, and then you eventually manifest it in real life. You guys, it's really, really important that we don't just dream while we're asleep, but we dream while we're awake, right? Because what we'll notice is we start attaching to these things. We start seeing these things more, right? Like, have any of you ever wanted a car, right? You wanted like a BMW, a white BMW, a certain BMW. And all of a sudden now you want it. You've never seen the car before, but now you go outside and all of a sudden you're at the stoplight and there's the car again. And all of a sudden, their car is all around you. And you're like, I didn't see this before. Well, you did. The difference was your mind just wasn't pulling it, right? Whatever we focus on expands. So if we can focus on something big, it's just a matter of time before it expands.
Yeah, totally get it. Well, I'm curious. It is behind you, which means it is the current version.
This is the current version. Yes. I made this last year.
Awesome.
So I am not in real estate development right now, but it is something that I eventually want to do, right?
Okay.
I want to build buildings or buy and flip buildings, right? Like Manny Koshman. I want to eventually get into that high level, build out apartment complexes, build out condos. So that's the future here. I definitely want to give, right? It's me on the cover of Forbes, right? My wife laughed on that one, but
I love that.
Yeah, I liked it. And it's just more about, philanthropy, right? So giving back, not, me not standing in front of a Lambo, but me giving back the money that I have, right?
Yeah, I like that.
And then here I get a little bit more materialistic. So as you guys know, I love boats, right? So that's a very expensive speedboat that I really want.
I'm just curious. I have no idea what a speedboat or a cigarette boat costs. How much?
That's $1 million.
$1 million. I would not have guessed that. Okay.
Yeah. You could probably get a deal at 750.
Oh, just a deal.
It's going to be somewhere around there. Yeah.
Okay. I had no idea. All right.
Laguna Beach house. So house by the beach.
Yep.
Eventually yacht, whether that's private charter yacht for 4 or 5 weeks indoor, right? I don't know if it's feasible for us to necessarily own one, but we eventually want to be on one, right?
Sure. Yeah.
The jet. And then, these are all high class cars. My favorite car in the world is a Koenigsegg 1. So $3.2 million, fastest car in the world. This is a lineup I would love to have. This is the one of, I forget the count, but it's a Sesto Elemento Lamborghini. Okay. And then this is a Hawaii house. And then I think this is Colorado Aspen.
Okay. All right. So you got it all covered. Some family stuff, some business stuff, some fun stuff, some giving away. That's an impressive board. So
this gets me excited.
Yeah.
This tells me that I need to think bigger and learn more, right?
Yeah. Anchor
And
yourself. Yeah.
be connected to where I'm at. And then this every day, right? It's nothing till you call it. So I just remind myself every day I'm a multimillionaire. Even though I haven't hit multis yet, right? Every day I'm just reminding myself I'm a multimillionaire.
There you go. I like it. Now, do you happen to have that other board with you, or do you want to do that next time we talk? The one where you check it off.
Let's do another call because I can bring both up and make it more of an image. But I have them. They're at my house.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, we will definitely do that. I'd love to see that. So again, you're a believer in vision boards. I'm a believer. How would you tell someone who's never done it? What would you tell them to do?
Yeah, what I would tell you to do is think about all the things that you don't have in your life currently that you want. And they don't need to be big things, right? No, my first vision board was me. There was a little picture of like debt, and it was me walking away from debt.
Oh, I like it.
And it was just at the beginning, I had a lot of debt. I have like a negative credit score. I don't even think I had a credit score.
I love that. And negative credit scores.
And that's what it said. It said 750 credit score underneath it, right? On that vision board. And then one of it was just being able to go. I think I had a certain restaurant on there. I just wanted to be able to go to the restaurant whenever I wanted, right? Not obviously feasible, but little tiny things, guys, that we don't have. It doesn't have to be something big. Start small. And what you'll notice when you start small, that vision will start to grow. Right. And some of the things on the vision board changed. There were some things that no longer became important. Like there's a Harley Davidson on one of my vision boards. It no longer became important. Right. Yeah. As much as I wanted.
The wife said, no.
Yeah.
You're a dad. You can't have that. Yeah.
I had to make decisions. So just seeing that, it's like, okay. And the biggest thing though, guys, is the fact that I said this at a convention about 4 years ago that I was speaking at. It's either we get clear and we ask what we want and we put it out there of what we want, or we will eventually get the leftovers from everybody who was specific, who did ask for what they wanted.
Yeah, I love that. I'm a huge believer in this. This is something, you know what, I'm just thinking this out loud. I think the vision board is something you and I should try to put together an action or a list or a how-to or something, because I think there's a lot of people in my community that should do that as an action. So something we should do, we should talk about offline. I think we need to create that.
I would love to. We also need to talk about the once a week show. I would love to get that cranking and rocking and rolling.
There we go. Very cool, folks. One more time, how can people find you?
You can find me on Instagram at Adrian Hernandez or on YouTube at Adrian Hernandez.
Very cool, man. Thanks again.
TikTok at Adrian Hernandez.
Everywhere.